What I'm about to tell you happened 3 months ago. The person who experienced this, let's call her Emma. She contacted me through my website after seeing my other videos. She made me promise not to use her real name or the exact location where this occurred. After you hear her story, you'll understand why. This isn't some urban legend or creepypasta. Emma sent me police reports, hospital records, and security footage to back up every word of what you're about to hear. And I have to warn you, this one stays with you. Emma was driving home from her sister's wedding in rural Ohio when her car broke down. It was nearly midnight, middle of nowhere, and her phone had no signal. She could see a motel sign glowing in the distance. Restful Inn vacancy. The place looked like it hadn't been updated since the 1970s. Faded blue paint, flickering neon sign, and only one other car in the parking lot. But Emma was exhausted and had no other choice. The lobby smelled like cigarettes, smoke, and old carpet. Behind the desk sat an elderly man who looked like he'd been there since the motel opened. His name tag read, Carl. Need a room for the night? Carl asked without looking up from his newspaper. Just until morning, Emma replied. My car broke down. Carl slid a registration card across the desk. Room 12. Last one available. Emma found this odd since the parking lot was nearly empty, but she didn't question it. She just wanted to sleep. Room 12 was at the far end of the building, isolated from the other units. The key was an old metal one, and it took several tries to get the door open. Inside, the room was wrong somehow. Not dirty or damaged, just off. The furniture was arranged strangely, with the bed pushed against the far wall and the TV facing away from it. The bathroom door was slightly ajar, and Emma could swear she saw movement in the darkness beyond. But she was too tired to care. She locked the door, checked that the chain was secure, and collapsed onto the bed fully clothed. That's when she heard the knocking. It started around 2 a.m., 3 slow knocks on her door. Knock, knock, knock. Emma sat up, instantly alert. Who is it? No answer. She waited, listening. After a few minutes, the knocking came again. Same rhythm, same intensity. Emma approached the door and looked through the peephole. The hallway was dimly lit, but she could see someone standing directly in front of her door. A figure in dark clothing, completely motionless. What do you want? She called out. The figure didn't respond or move. It just stood there, facing her door. Emma backed away, her heart racing. She grabbed her phone to call for help, but there was still no signal. She was completely cut off. The knocking continued throughout the night. Every 20 to 30 minutes, 3 deliberate knocks. And every time Emma looked through the peephole, the figure was there, waiting in the exact same position. By morning, Emma was a wreck. She hadn't slept at all, and the constant anxiety had left her shaking. As soon as she saw daylight through the curtains, she packed her things and prepared to leave. But when she tried to open the door, the chain was somehow tangled in a way that made it impossible to remove. The metal links were twisted together in a configuration that defied physics, like someone had braided them from the outside. Emma worked frantically to untangle the chain, and when she finally managed to free it, she yanked the door open, ready to confront whoever had been harassing her all night. The hallway was empty. At the front desk, Carl was reading the same newspaper, in the exact same position as the night before. He looked up when Emma approached, and she noticed something that made her blood freeze. His eyes were completely black, not dark brown or hazel black, like looking into empty sockets. Checking out, he asked pleasantly, as if nothing was wrong. Emma nodded, unable to speak. She placed the key on the desk and started toward the exit. "Oh, miss," Carl called after her. "You forgot something." Emma turned back. Carl was holding up a Polaroid photograph. It was a picture of her sleeping in room 12. But that was impossible. No one had been in her room during the night. She had checked and doubled, check the locks. When was this taken? Emma stammered. Carl smiled, revealing teeth that were far too sharp. We like to document our guests for our records. Emma ran. She sprinted to her car, which mysteriously started on the first try, and drove away without looking back. But the story doesn't end there. When Emma got home, she tried to research the Restwell Inn online. She found old reviews and records going back decades, but what she discovered made her physically sick. The motel had a history. Guests who stayed in room 12 had been reporting the same experience for over 40 years. The knocking, the figure in the hallway, the feeling of being watched while they slept. But here's the thing that Emma couldn't understand. According to every review she found, room 12 was always described as the last available room, even when other guests reported seeing empty rooms throughout the motel. Emma contacted some of the previous reviewers through social media. Most didn't respond, but one woman who had stayed there in 2018 agreed to talk. "I've been having the same nightmare every night since I left that place," the woman told Emma over the phone. "In the dream, I'm back in room 12 and someone is knocking on the door. But when I look through the peephole, I'm looking at myself sleeping on the bed. And the me that's sleeping, her eyes are completely black." Emma felt sick. Because she'd been having the exact same dream. That's when she realized the truth. Room 12 wasn't just a hotel room with a ghost problem. It was a trap. And everyone who stayed there became part of whatever was running the place. Emma checked her phone and found dozens of photos she didn't remember taking. All of them were pictures of her sleeping, taken from different angles around room 12. In the most recent photos, her eyes were starting to change. They were getting darker. Emma sent me her story 6 weeks ago, along with the police reports about the other guests who had similar experiences, and the security footage from a gas station across the street that showed her entering the motel, but never leaving. According to that footage, Emma's car is still parked at the Restwell Inn, but Emma insists she drove home. She's in her apartment, living her normal life, going to work every day, except she can't sleep without the lights on. And she started avoiding mirrors because sometimes her reflection's eyes look wrong. I tried to verify Emma's story by visiting the location she described. I found the gas station, and I found the spot where the Restwell Inn should be. There's nothing there now, just an empty lot with some old foundation stones and a sign that says, "Future site of Restwell Inn, opening soon." But here's what keeps me awake at night. I showed Emma's photo to the gas station owner, and he recognized her immediately. "Oh yeah, she comes in every few weeks," he said. "Drives that same blue Honda. Always asks about the motel across the street, like she's looking for something. Strange thing is, she's been doing it for about 15 years now. But Emma thinks she escaped the Restwell Inn. But I don't think she ever left room 12. If you're ever driving late at night, and you see a motel with a vacancy sign, maybe keep driving. Find a chain hotel, sleep in your car, or drive until morning. Because some places don't just want your money for the night. They want to keep you forever. And you might not even realize that they already have.